Welcome to Hockey Wiz Talks podcast. Today I'll be talking about how the Seattle Kraken can become a dynasty. The Seattle Kraken will be joining the NHL in 2021, and they can become a dynasty fairly quickly if they play their cards right. At the expansion draft, Seattle Kraken acquired Tyler Johnson and Callan Foote from the Tampa Bay Lightning for a third-round pick in 2021, and Jordan Eberle, along with Kiefer Bellows from the New York Islanders for a third-round pick in 2022. The Seattle Kraken trade Antti Raanta to the New Jersey Devils for a third-round pick in 2021, Tyler Bozak to the Buffalo Sabres for a second-round pick in 2021, and Rasmus Ristolainen to the Winnipeg Jets for a second-round pick in 2021 and a second-round pick in 2022. The Kraken also trade Blake Coleman and Victor Mete to the Tampa Bay Lightning for a first-round pick in 2022, Alex Kerfoot to the Detroit Red Wings for a second-round pick in 2021 and a third-round pick in 2021. Shane Gostisbehere is traded to the Florida Panthers for a first-round pick in 2021. Andrew Cogliano and Anders Bork get traded to the Philadelphia Flyers for a third-round pick in 2022 and a fourth-round pick in 2022, and Vinny Hinostroza is traded to the Chicago Blackhawks for a sixth-round pick in 2022. This is how Seattle's post-expansion draft roster looks like. The first line is Gustav Nyquist, Logan Brown, and Jordan Eberle. The second line is Kiefer Bellows, Alex Kerfoot, and Tyler Johnson. The third line is Andrew Mangiapane, JT Compher, and Troy Terry. The fourth line is Jason Dickinson, Adam Lowry, and Zach Aston Reese. The first D pair is Brady Shea and Adam Larson. The second D pair is Michael Kempny and Callan Foote. The third D pair is Caleb Jones and Matt Roy. Goalies are Braden Holtby and Corey Crawford. The spares are Nico Sturm, Brandon Hagel, and Labor Hayak. And now a word from my sponsor. Check out my hockey blog at hockeywiztalkshockey.blogspot.com. At the 2021 draft, the Seattle Kraken trades picks 3, 45, and 66 to the Ottawa Senators for pick 2. In the 2021 draft, the Seattle Kraken draft Owen Power 2nd overall, Zachary Bolduc 11th overall, James Malatesta 34th overall, and Stanislav Svozil 51st overall. The Seattle Kraken draft 4 really good prospects that will be an integral part of their core for a long time. Seattle Kraken re-signed Callan Foote to a 3-year deal worth $2.5 million per season. Then signed Jaden Schwartz to a 7-year deal worth $6 million per season in free agency. The Seattle Kraken finished the 2021-22 season with the worst record in the league, but end up with the 3rd pick in the draft. Seattle Kraken buy out Tyler Johnson, which cost them $1.4 million until 2026. Before the 2022 draft, Seattle Kraken trade Adam Larson and Gustav Nyquist to the Arizona Coyotes for Connor Garland and a second-round pick in 2022. The Coyotes get Adam Larson, a solid top 4 defenseman, and Gustav Nyquist, a great top 6 forward, while the Seattle Kraken get Connor Garland, a very good top 6 winger, and a second-round pick. At the 2022 draft, Seattle Kraken trade picks 28, 34, 45, and 82 to the Calgary Flames for pick 14. In the 2022 draft, the Seattle Kraken draft Matthew Savoy 3rd overall and Isaac Howard 14th overall. The Seattle Kraken draft 2 blue chip prospects in Matthew Savoy and Isaac Howard, who will both be a big part of their core for a long time. Seattle Kraken re-signed Connor Garland to a 5-year deal worth $4.5 million per season and Braden Holtby to a 3-year deal worth $4.5 million per season. In free agency, the Seattle Kraken signed Claude Giroux to a 3-year deal worth $9 million per season, Elvis Merzlikins to a 5-year deal worth $5.2 million per season, and Josh Manson to a 4-year deal worth $3.5 million per season. The Seattle Kraken finished the 2022-23 season with the 10th worst record in the league, but end up with a 13th pick in the draft. In the 2023 draft, the Seattle Kraken draft Colby Barlow 13th overall. The Seattle Kraken draft a very talented forward in Colby Barlow, who should be a very promising prospect for them. After the 2023 draft, the Seattle Kraken traded Jordan Eberle, Caleb Jones, and a first-round pick in 2024 to the Dallas Stars for Thomas Hurley and Joel Kiviranta. The Seattle Kraken get a top 4 defenseman in Thomas Hurley and a top 9 forward in Joel Kiviranta, while the Dallas Stars get a top 6 forward in Jordan Eberle, Caleb Jones, and a first-round pick. Seattle Kraken also trade Michael Kempny, JT Compher, Troy Terry, and a second-round pick in 2023 to the Minnesota Wild for Matt Dumba. The Kraken get a very good top 4 defenseman in Matt Dumba, while the Minnesota Wild get Michael Kempny, JT Compher, Troy Terry, and a first-round pick. Brady Shea and Jason Dickinson get traded to the New Jersey Devils for Jesper Boquist, Nathan Bastian, and a second-round pick in 2024. The Devils get Brady Shea, a top 4 defenseman, and Jason Dickinson, a very valuable depth forward. Seattle gets Jesper Boquist, a top 9 forward, Nathan Bastian, and a second-round pick. Seattle Kraken re-signed Matt Dumba to a 6-year deal worth $6 million per season, and Thomas Hurley to a 3-year deal worth $3.75 million per season. And now a word from our sponsor. Visit my Facebook page, Mr. HockeyWiz777, and my Instagram, Mr. HockeyWiz77. By the 2023-24 season, the Seattle Kraken have built a really good team. This is how the lineup looks like. The first line is Isaac Howard, Zachary Bolduc, and Claude Giroux. The second line is Jaden Schwartz, Matthew Savoy, and Connor Garland. The third line is Kiefer Bellows, James Malasesta, and Joel Kiviranta. The fourth line is Adam Lowry, Logan Brown, and Jesper Broquist. First D pair is Owen Power and Matt Dumba. Second D pair is Thomas Hurley and Callan Foote. Third D pair is Stanislas Vozil and Josh Manson. Goalies are Braden Holby and Elvis Merzlikins. The spares are Nico Sturm, Labor Hayek, Nathan Bastian, and Brandon Hagel. The top prospect is Colby Barlow. The Seattle Kraken have built a contending team that is young and has the potential to become a dynasty, thanks to their drafting, trades, and free agent signings. In my next podcast, I'll be talking about possible buyout candidates for every team.